Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I'm going to talk to you about the Gr.4 Subaru Impreza WRX STI, bit of a mouthful, but this is basically one of the I'd say more meta cars for Gr.4. It seems to perform well in pretty much every event that we have in sport mode for Gr.4 cars. It used to be the Altezza was pretty much the meta car no matter what. Now we seem to have a bit of a mixture between this and the Gr.4 GTR. Both seem to perform, very strongly. No matter where we seem to race, you'll pretty much always see quite a few WRXs and Gr.4 GTRs. So yeah, I thought I'd do a buyer's guide on it and give you my opinion and really what I think of it. Obviously, one of the good things about this is we won't have balance of performance on, so we get the real performance, and we'll see if that changes anything throughout this video and with its lap time. So as you can see on screen currently, it's only 350k from the Subaru dealership in the Asia section of the Brand Central, I believe it's called. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. I mean, it's not difficult to earn that amount of money in Gran Turismo 7 anymore. Although, we've kind of had a bit of a nerf with 1.15. But yeah, it's relatively cheap, and we're going to sort of test it. So, will it perform better than some of the other Gr.4 cars we've done, or will it not? So as you can see, I've got my British touring car livery on from a couple of years ago. It was used on a different Impreza back then. But yeah, it's pretty cool to see some of these official liveries from some national championships. For me, some people might not know what the British touring cars is, but I'm sure at some point, if you're a motorsport fan, you've seen footage, especially from the 90s, when we had like super tourers. These were some of the most insane touring cars to ever hit a track. We had things like the Volvo, Alfa Romeos, Vauxhalls, all doing absolute crazy things, getting on two wheels. And yeah, it's still a national championship. It's still one of the big events in the country. Obviously I'm from the United Kingdom, so it's quite a popular sport. So one of the things I really want to talk to you all about is, obviously I've not been as active as usual on YouTube, and I'm a bit behind at the minute, so I'm sort of doing this as a catch-up day. So I've got all my clips together over the last, I'd say, week or so. And I'm going to sort of do a day of recording today. So yeah, I just kind of want to apologise, because obviously I do try and upload it every day, but sometimes life gets in the way, and it's not always possible to just throw videos out. I mean, I do work full time, and obviously at the same time I'm trying to do YouTube for you guys. But one thing to know is I will never ever turn my back on YouTube. Like I've said previously in my other videos, I'm far too grateful just to sort of turn my back on YouTube at any point. And yeah, I do really enjoy what I do. Sometimes I may have moments where I will struggle to sort of get a video out every day. I feel like the last week has been a bit of an extreme, where I've not been able to sort of pump the content out that I usually would. But I'm hoping that this will sort of resolve itself. I've got a bit more free time, a bit more time to sort of get my videos out to you guys. So yeah, it was just a bit of a blip. I am back. I'm never going to turn my back on it, so please don't ever think that I'm just going to sort of turn away from YouTube and just give up on it. I'll always be here. As far as I'm concerned, my channel's still growing. I'm still having fun doing what I do. But yeah, just know that sometimes I might not always be able to get a video out every day like I could at one point. But yeah, I'm in YouTube for the long run really, and yeah, I just thought I'd owe you all a bit of an explanation. But yeah, definitely YouTube is something I want to do, and I still enjoy it. Like the day I started, I've been doing commentary for maybe nearly 2 months now, and yeah, I enjoy doing it. I enjoy interacting with you all. So yeah, I'm not going anywhere. So with all that out of the way, let's get on to discussing the car itself. For me, this was definitely one of like the more flat out laps I had, where I felt like I could go flat out, the whole lap, without that fear of the back end kicking out or the car ending up in the wall or just anything like that. Like, the amount of grip this car has is insane. But one thing to note when balance of performance isn't on, It definitely does sort of equal the field out, and I think there was a few laps I did in some other Group 4 cars that will pretty much sort of shock you to how much balance of performance affects cars in sport mode, and as to why, you know, some of these cars that you may not look at twice in sport mode will probably perform better than some of the more meta cars. So yeah, it's a bit of foreshadowing, but you know, you'll sort of see at the end of the video what I'm talking about. So it is crazy doing these kind of laps when there's no balance of performance on, and then just realizing that, okay, this car isn't as quick as I thought it was. But yeah, that is purely down to balance of performance. So if you don't know how I do these guys, essentially I will leave the car in its default setup. I can put liveries on, but I won't put like body mods on and things like that, or performance mods. I just want to get that out of the box feel for each car. I think this is quite fair for every car, because if I do some cars that are tuned and some that aren't, then it's just going to be really unfair. And then obviously we see where it stands on the lap times. So I did get a comment a few weeks ago about including onboard footage from the lap, so I'm going to start putting them in. So if you do have any other suggestions about these buyer's guides on how you want me to, you know, improve them, or certain things you want to see throughout the lap, so far I've added in individual sector times. They'll be on screen, and like I said, I've now added onboard footage from the lap, so this will sort of give you an idea of, you know, what it's like on board. But yeah, I mean, I do take note of all your comments, and I will try and improve my content, you know, with things that you suggest to me. If I can do them, I will do them. If I can't, then, you know, I can't fit everything into one video sometimes. Obviously these videos are starting to get to the point where they're over, you know, 10 minutes long, and sometimes it's not possible to sort of get everything in at once. So I don't know if there's anything more I can really add to these videos now. I mean, you'll see onboard footage, you'll see individual sector times, and obviously you'll see the leaderboard and where cars end up at the end of the lap. Obviously I will show you the full lap. For me that's pretty important, and it looks cool. So yeah, with that being said, if you have any suggestions on how you want me to improve them, just let me know in the comments. I do take note, and I will take them on board if I can. So now it's the point in the video where I go quiet for about, you know, 10 and 15 seconds to let you listen to the sound of the car, so you can make your own opinion on if it sounds great or if it sounds horrible. Some cars in Gran Turismo are stronger than the others. I personally think this car sounds pretty great, so I'll let you have a listen to that now. So there we go, that's the sound of the car. Obviously, performance-wise, like I said, and the amount of grip, you're not going to feel like the car's just going to throw you out anyway. So for me, this is definitely a must-buy, and obviously with it being like one of the more meta cars in, you know, sport mode, if you are a big fan of sport mode, then I'd definitely, you know, say to you, yeah, take it, go, and, you know, I mean, it's only 350k. There's pretty much nothing in the Gran Turismo economy at the minute. So just another little thing I want to note before I go, because obviously I feel like this is a bit of a catch-up video as well as a buyer's guide. Yeah, I did manage to get a new mic. So a lot of people wanted me to, you know, get a new one. So I sort of went out and did that, just to sort of improve my content. I didn't like my voice quality. I did used to use the, I think it's a PS Pulse headset, the 3D audio one, and it didn't sound too good. I'm hoping this sounds pretty good. I'm not really sure. You will have to let me know in the comments about the audio quality. That way I can sort of adjust and sort of improve the quality, because it does sound different when I'm recording compared to when obviously it's processed through YouTube. So if I need to sort of higher the audio levels or clean them up a bit, just let me know, and I'll try my best to sort of resolve any issues. But hopefully this will be, you know, more representative of my actual voice, because previously it sounded quite robotic. But yeah, I mean, it's still the same pretty laid back approach. I do have that pretty deep, morbid voice. So yeah, I'm sorry about that, but that's kind of how I am, and how I talk. I'm not going to put a fake voice on for YouTube. That's just not me. You know, we always keep it pretty real on this channel. We're pretty straight to the point. So yeah, just make sure you let me know about the audio. So I think that's pretty much everything caught up on. Obviously, you've currently seen the onboard footage. So let's discuss the lap times. So there are your individual sectors, and as you can see, overall we got a lap time of 7 minute 11.957. So where do we think this is going to put us on the lap time leaderboard? Obviously, I think it's the Vulcan that has pretty much been in the lead ever since that video. It's been pretty unbeatable. I believe that was like in the 648 or something like that, something crazy. It really caught me off guard to how good that car is in this game. So there we are. It's currently 4th place, and it's actually almost, I believe, about 8 seconds behind the Alfa Romeo. So that just goes to show you what happens when balance of performance is off. So a pretty decent lap time. It's obviously beat the Sylvia and the Swift. So yeah, if you like this kind of content, I make this kind of content each and every day. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Cheers, guys.